Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into an everyday magic trick that's literally happening right beneath our feet. We're talking about the quiet, totally hidden journey that takes something super ordinary and turns it into something truly extraordinary. I mean, think about it for a second. How exactly does a tiny speck of organic matter become a beautiful flower? If you've ever held a seed in the palm of your hand, you know it kind of just feels like a tiny pebble, right? It seems completely lifeless. But actually, it's holding a massive amount of potential energy and an entire genetic blueprint just waiting to build something incredibly vibrant. So we're going to break down this epic micro-educational journey step by step. Let's see how this biological marvel actually happens. Okay, so it all starts deep in the dark earth. To you and me looking down from above, it honestly looks like absolutely nothing is going on. Just a patch of dirt. But this pitch-black underground bunker is actually the perfect, secure incubator for the magic that's about to unfold. It's the essential and very quiet starting point for this whole incredible transformation. Now, a seed can't just do this all on its own. It needs a major environmental wake-up call to ignite the germination process. Basically, it needs three absolutely vital ingredients: soil, water, and sunlight. When that little resting seed finally gets a drink of water and feels the sun's warmth actually penetrating the earth, boom, a biological alarm clock goes off. The life resting inside literally awakens, and that sparks this amazing chemical and physical chain reaction that kickstarts the entire journey. And this leads us to one of the most dynamic parts of germination. It's a simultaneous push and pull. Going downward, you have these tiny roots plunging into the soil, basically acting like little straws to pull up essential water and nutrition. But then, at the exact same time, a sprout is fiercely pushing upward, striving toward the sun. The plant is literally multitasking. It's anchoring itself in the dark while stretching out for the light. It is just a true masterpiece of biomechanical engineering. So that upward movement gives us the sprout. You've probably seen one. It's that delicate, tiny, new green growth, bravely breaking through the heavy surface to reach the sun. And, it might look super fragile, but a sprouting seed can actually exert incredible hydraulic pressure, like enough to push dirt and even small rocks completely out of its way. It packs an astonishing amount of sheer determination just to see the light of day for the very first time. Once it finally breaks through that surface, though, the real work begins. The sprout slowly starts transitioning into a true plant, rolling out these vibrant green leaves. And think of these leaves as tiny solar panels. They're up there gathering energy from the sun to fuel the rest of the transformation. By combining that sunlight with the water pulled up from those deep roots we talked about, these leaves basically become the engine. They power the organism, turning it into a much larger, stronger plant. Then, after days of this steady, relentless growth, we hit a really crucial milestone: the bud. This small growth is essentially a tightly packed vault of pure potential. The plant has painstakingly gathered all this energy and all these nutrients, and it's holding it all tightly inside this one little package, just preparing for the grand finale. Honestly, the biological tension and anticipation at this stage is kind of incredible. And then we get the triumphant moment. The bud finally blossoms and transforms into a beautiful flower. I mean, this is the ultimate payoff. All of that invisible work, the roots digging deep underground, the sprout reaching high up into the air, the leaves actively harvesting all that solar energy, it all culminates in this incredible explosion of life. It has finally achieved its ultimate, stunning form. So, looking back at this whole biological hero's journey, we see a really perfect chronological sequence. We have the beginning, where that little resting seed finally awakens in the soil. Then the middle, where the roots and the sprout are literally racing in opposite directions. And finally, the end, where all that patience and energy yields a fully blooming flower. It's just nature doing its absolute best work, flawlessly executing this super complex series of events. It really does put things into perspective, doesn't it? We so often overlook the tiny things in life, but the entire magic of becoming a beautiful flower is hidden right there in that small seed. It just goes to show that the greatest transformations and honestly the most stunning results are already packed inside the humblest little packages. They are literally just waiting for the right environment to be unlocked. Which leaves us with kind of a fascinating final thought to ponder. What other everyday magic is quietly growing right beneath our feet, just waiting for the perfect conditions to bloom? I mean, if a tiny speck of a seed can achieve all this biomechanical wonder, just imagine what else is out there. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer today. Keep your eyes open and keep looking for that magic.